Chapter 33. Rachel. After I get done with school, I decide to go to the hotel to see Chris. We don't have practice today since we have a game tonight, so I have a few hours to kill. Liz went with James to his house, so I want to go see my boyfriend. Once I get to the hotel, I am nervous and sat in the car for a few minutes, debating if I want to go inside. After a moment, I get out of the car and lock the gate. Walking over to a sign, I see elevator, left, lobby, right, VIP rooms. You must check in first to get a key card for the VIP elevator. Since I don't have a key card and I want to surprise Chris, I go to the left. On the ride up, I start to wonder if I will be able to surprise my boyfriend. Walking out of the elevator, I walk over to the front desk.
"Can I help you, miss?"
A lady asks, so I look at her very nervous. "I came to see my boyfriend," I whisper. So she leans over the counter and she asks,
"Who is your boyfriend?"
I start to play with the bottom of my shirt, making her giggle. "Chris?" I whisper. But when I look up, she looks confused.
"Do you know his last name, ma'am? Or a room number?"
She asks, but that is only adding to how nervous I am. "Preston?" I whisper, but I guess I was too quiet because she answers,
"Sorry, ma'am. I didn't catch that."
I just turn to walk off. This was a bad idea. I don't get more than a few steps from the front desk before I hear,
"Rachel?"
So I spin around to see a man looking at me. His name tag says Jake, hotel manager, so I don't move as he walks over to me.
"Are you looking for Chris, sweetie?"
He asks, so I look at him. "How do you know who I am?" I whisper, very shy, making him laugh.
"Picture's in his office,"
he says, pointing up, then adding,
"I can take you up to him."
I don't say anything, so he holds his hand out to the side of the front desk as he adds,
"I need to get a file out of my office, then we can go up to him."
I'm not sure what to do, but I have heard Chris talk about Jake a few times, and this looks like the guy that came with Max to my house to get the car, so I follow him. We get in the elevator and go to the 4th floor. When we stop by a door, I notice the sign that says conference room as Jake opens the door, so I whisper, "If he is busy, I can see him later."
"You're fine, sweetie,"
he says, but I hear talking in the room, so I know there is a few people in there.
"If you just want to say hi and then leave, I will take you back down to the garage, or I can ask him to come out here if you would like,"
Jake adds, but I don't answer.
"Your brother is in Chris's room right now, so I can take you up there to wait for him,"
Jake continues.
"Let me give him this file, and I will take you up there,"
he adds, and puts on a door stopper, so the door doesn't close. Moving just a little, I look in the room to see Chris looking at the door, I guess trying to see who Jake was talking to. Chris doesn't get up when he sees me, but he holds out his hand to me. I notice Max turns to see what Chris is holding his hand out to, but it looks like my boyfriend is the only one that can see me. Jake leans down and whispers something in Chris's ear as he nods. Just as Chris pushes his chair back to get up, I hear,
"Miss, can I help you?"
making me jump and run to Chris. I guess the lady followed me in the room because I hear Max.
"She is fine. Can you close that door on your way out?"
I keep my face buried into my boyfriend's neck as he rubs my back. Chris pulls his chair back up to the table as they start the meeting. I pull out my phone to play a game, not even paying attention to what they are even talking about. I guess I must have fallen asleep because I get woke up by Chris kissing my ear and whispering,
"Baby."
I lift my head to see everyone standing up, so I look at Chris. "Sorry," I whisper. Feeling bad, I passed out.
"Don't be,"
he whispers. Standing up, I see Blake looking at me. "What?" I ask him, annoyed that he is watching me. Blake goes to say something, but Brad cuts him off.
No.
Is all Brad says. Chris stands behind me and wraps his arms around me, making me smile. Getting my phone, I look at the time. I still have about an hour before I need to be back for the game. When we get up to Chris's room, I look around as the boys talk. Walking over to the bed, I sit down. After a few minutes, Chris walks over to me.
What are your plans tonight?
He asks, so I know he forgot. I have the game tonight, remember? I say, as he covers his face, saying with a muffled voice,
Shit, I forgot.
It's okay, Chris, I say, and stand up to hug him.
I wanted to take you to dinner.
He pouts, making me smile. I have time, I whisper as I look around.
Where do you want to go?
He asks, so I think, where do I want to go? What do they have here? I ask, making him laugh.
I will take you wherever you want to go, baby.
We are here, so why not here? I ask, as my brother laughs. Max walks over to the phone and makes a call. When he hangs up, he says,
Food is being brought up here.
What is it? I ask, making him laugh.
What we usually eat when we eat here. So I hope you like it. If not, I will get you something else.
I walk over to the couch and sit down. It feels strange to be the only girl here. Yes, one is my boyfriend, the other is my brother, and the third is a friend of both, but still strange. I start to watch TV as the boys go to the office. After a few minutes, the door opens, making me jump. Bethany walks in with a huge smile, so I return one. As she sits down next to me, she whispers,
The boys said you needed a girl to hang out with.
Making me laugh. Thanks, I answer.
Where's Liz?
She asks, looking around, so I laugh with her boyfriend.
Mine is usually always with yours.
She laughs, so I join her. We talk and laugh until the food is brought in. Walking around to the table, I sit on Chris's lap as Bethany does the same to Max. Looking at my brother, I feel sad that he is alone.
So are y'all coming to my birthday party tomorrow?
Bethany asks. Sounds fun. Can Liz come too? I ask.
Sure, that would be great.
She answers, making me smile. After we eat, we all head down to the garage.
So what are you doing for the rest of the night?
Bethany asks. I have a game tonight, I answer, and she turns to Max.
Can we go, baby?
She begs, making me laugh. Max looks at Chris and whispers,
What are you doing? Going to the game with my girl?
He answers and wraps his arms around me. Max laughs and turns to Bethany.
Guess we are going to a high school football game.
So we all get in our cars and go. When we get to the field, we all park together. Getting out, we walk up to the field. As we get to the field, I see Blake walking over to us. For the love of God, just leave me alone already.
Y'all can't be on the field.
Blake grits, and really pisses me off that he is being a jerk.
I can walk my girl to the field.
Chris says, getting annoyed, and he has a right to be. Just go away, Blake. I fuss, and wish he would.
Rachel, you don't know him.
He says to me, and points to Chris. No, Blake, you don't know him. I know my boyfriend. I say, really getting mad as Liz and James runs over.
You just like to take other guys' girlfriends, don't you?
Blake bitches, looking at Chris, and I feel confused. Chris is so pissed as he steps up to Blake.
First off, I didn't take your girlfriend the first time. I never slept with that hoe you liked. If you believed her lies, that isn't my problem. Second, Rachel broke up with you on her own. I didn't have any part in that. So it's not my fault you don't know how to treat a girl.
Stop it! I fuss, stepping between them.
He is only using you, Rachel.
Blake whispers. When he puts his hand out to me, I back up into Chris. Chris wraps his arms around me as the coaches make their way to us.
All right, boys, break it up.
The football coach says.
This is a high school football game. They aren't in high school.
Blake fusses, pointing to my friends.
The game isn't just for high school students.
Liz fusses. Brad runs up next to Blake.
Son, stop it.
He begs.
What? I didn't do anything.
Blake lies to his dad.
Like I believe that.
Brad whispers, then turns to Chris.
I'm sorry about my son, Mr. Preston.
He apologizes. When I turn my head to look at Chris, his eyes are locked on Blake. I need to go get ready, baby, I whisper to him. So he looks at me.
Where's your stuff at?
He asks me, then places a kiss on my lips. Before I can answer, Liz says,
I put your bag in the locker room for you.
So I smile at her. When I look back in front of me, I see Blake still standing in the way as the others move.
Notice who she is standing next to. She broke up with you. Now move on.
Chris whispers.
Only because of who you are.
Blake comes back with, and totally pisses me off, but before I can say anything...
You need to learn not everything is about money. Think with your head and not your wallet. You think everyone should bow down to you because of what your daddy has, and that isn't how things work.
Chris answers. When I look at Brad, he doesn't look mad. He looks like he agrees with Chris. Hell, I do too. Blake doesn't say anything. He just walks off. I'm sorry, I whisper to Chris, but he looks confused.
Don't be, baby. You didn't do anything wrong.
He tells me, so I hug him.
Come on, sis, let's get ready.
Liz says, taking my arm. It takes a moment for Chris to let go of me, but when he does, I see the coach walking back over, so I drop my head.
Would you like to sit out on the field, sir?
He asks Chris, so I turn to him. Chris looks at the stands that are full of people and wrinkles his nose, making me smile. This man really hates being around a lot of people.
That would be great.
Max answers. So he and Bethany start to the field. Josh stands by Chris for a moment until Max pulls his arm.
So I have to sit in the stands alone?
James whines in a baby voice, making me laugh.
James, don't whine. You always sit next to the fence anyhow.
The coach jokes. So James walks off to the stands, pouting, as the other four follow the coach to a few chairs on the field. James finds a seat right behind the boys, and I see Chris whispering something to James as we start to run to the locker room. I get dressed so fast and fix my hair as I run out. When we get back to the field, I see James sitting with the boys and Bethany. So Liz laughs.
I guess your boyfriend told him to jump the fence.
Making me laugh so hard. Getting over to the girls, a few of them walk over to me.
So Amanda said to do her routines because there are college scouts in the stands.
I'm not shaking my ass to the stands so she can get into a college. I grit as the girls nod in agreement. So when we line up for our first cheer, I notice which one Amanda is doing and take a step back. A few of the other girls follow me as the cheer starts. The coach looks at me, then Amanda, but says nothing. This is why we don't come to games. Over half the squad won't do Amanda's routines. When the few girls that follow her finish the cheer, she turns and sees most of us standing to the back, so she gets pissed. Storming up to me, she gets in my face. I am the captain. You will do what I say. You are because of your parents, not because you earned it. If you want to act like a slut, then fine. I won't stop you, but I will not follow you. I answer. She doesn't get to say anything before Coach comes over to us and asks, Rachel, can you get us started on the next cheer? I am captain, damn it! Amanda bitches. Fine, you get Hightower started then. Coach fusses. All right, girls, Hightower! Amanda yells, but the only ones that follow is her friends. The other girls stay behind me. Looking her straight in the eyes, I smile and say, come on, girls, Hightower. So they run to their place. Respect is earned, not taken, I add as I walk past Amanda. After a few cheers, we line up to the side to watch the game some. I notice Amanda keeps bending over, so I look behind her to see she is doing that right in front of my boyfriend. I get pissed, but I smile when I notice he is talking to the other four and not paying attention to her.
She is a slut.
Crystal whispers, making me laugh as I nod.
Sis, your shoe is untied.
Liz says, so I look down and notice it is, so I bend down to tie it. Then I hear some of the girls laughing as I stand up, so I look at them confused.
Amanda has been fake stretching just to bend over in front of him. He turned and started to talk to his friends when she started to do that, but you go to tie your shoe and get his full attention.
Phoebe laughs, turning to look at Chris to see he is watching me, making me smile. We are so tired by the time the game is over, I don't even want to change. After the game, we walk over to the coach as she says, since we had a game tonight, there is no practice in the morning, girls. And we all praise her as she laughs. Walking over to Chris, I lean on him.
Tired?
He asks. So I nod.
Want me to carry you?
He adds. I don't answer, I just stand there as Liz walks to James.
We are too tired. Can you carry our bags?
Just as I go to look at James to say I agree, Chris picks me up.
Max, her bag, please.
He asks. I just bury my face in his neck and breathe in his scent.